Okay, students, sorry for interruptions. So I will continue. Okay, so the concept of entrepreneurship development is everyone in the world has at least one talent, one passion, one hobby that can become profitable if used correctly. Okay, so what is the meaning of entrepreneur? I think all of you know the meaning of entrepreneur means one who organize, manage, and assume the risk of a business or enterprise. Means entrepreneurship is the process of creating or seizing an opportunity and pursuing it regardless of the resources currently controlled. I think in the development of in the entrepreneurship development, the financial institutions also play an important role. Industrial growth and economic development of developing nations depend to a great extent on the role played by entrepreneurs. There are many instances of individual entrepreneurs whose creativity has led to the industrialization of many nations. Government and the financial institutions have played a very important role in entrepreneurship developments. Then, after a particular concept arises, efforts to foster entrepreneurship in India. I think I think many of the India's leaders have perceived the need for the development of entrepreneurship in their country, and a number of programs have emerged to meet this need. So the Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, Industrial Development Bank of India, Small Industries Development Bank of India, RBI's roles and steps for the development of SSI sectors. The Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, sponsored by several financial institutions named ICICI, IDBI, IFCI, and the State Bank of India. One of the institute that focuses on creating entrepreneurial personalities among youth. EDII launched a variety of programs to do just that. The Rural Entrepreneurship Development Division, for instance, on rural development, employment generation, and poverty all provision through the promotion of micro enterprises. This divisional so has an informal microcredit delivery systems. Okay, so what is the meaning of IDBI? I think all of you are aware with the name of IDBI because IDBI is a Industrial Development Bank of India. IDBI is the 10th largest bank in the world in terms of development. The National Stock Exchange, like as NSE, comma, the National Securities Depository Services Limited, NSDL, Stock Holding Corporation of India, SHCIL, and some of the institution which has been built by IDBI. IDBI is a strategic investors in a platter of institutions which have revolutionized the Indian financial markets. IDBI Bank, promoted by IDBI Group, started in November 1995 with a branch at Indore with an equity capital base of rupee 1000 million. What are the main functions of IDBI? I think most of the people knows the basic functions of IDBI because IDBI invested with the responsibility of coordinating the working of institutions engaged in financing, promoting and developing industries. What are the development activities of IDBI? The first one is the promotional activities. Okay, so I will provide the short information about of IDBI. This is established in 1964. It is the largest financial institution in India. during the financial year 2009-10 achieved a net profit of rupee 1031 crore and also crossed businesses of 300,000 crore. This is the 10th largest development bank in the world. So then after we have discussed the IDBI operations. So what are the IDBI operations? In 1964, IDBI also began a role in assisting the State Finance Corporation, SFC, of various states. In 1965, IDBI entered into rediscounting of machinery bills. In 1986, IDBI created a Small Industries Development Fund, played a major role in setting up of Stock Holding Corporation India Limited. So these are the basic rules of IDBI. Then after we have discussed about the definition of entrepreneurship. So I think all of you know the meaning of a definition of entrepreneurship. Then after the IDBI we have discussed about of another institutes, the National Institute of Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development. It is established in 1983. It limits its only training activities and conducting such programs. So what are the objectives? So the following are the main objectives of National Institute for Entrepreneurship: to help support and affiliate institutions organization in carrying out training. The second one is and other entrepreneurship development related activities with greater success. So these are the objectives. Then after we have discussed about role of then after we have discussed about role of IS the role of now we have discussed about small industries service institutes. The field offices of a small industries development organization, Ministry of Small Scale Industries, Government of India, set up for the promotion and development of small scale industries in state in the early 50s. What are the major extension services provided in the institute? The question is major extension services provided in the institute. So the answer is, the first point is technical consultancy, the second one is industrial management training, third one is economic information, fourth one is entrepreneurial development programs schemes. Then after we have discussed about our financial institutions. So what is the meaning of a financial institutions? I think most of the peoples knows about the concept of a financial institution. Means institutions which provide the financial support. Because of nowadays most of the firms want to take a lot of support for a development. So the first term is, what is the meaning of a finance? I think all of you know the meaning of a finance. Means initial requirement. What is the meaning of finance? Finance is just like a fund through which you can start your business. Because of everybody need initial finance, initial fund for start a business. So the question is, what are the meaning of a financial institutions? So a financial institutions is an institution which collect fund from the public and places them in a financial assets such as deposit, loans and bonds rather than tangible properties. Okay, then after another information about of that kind of topic we include in the next video.